Hey guys, good morning. This is Don the Idea Guy. It is Friday, September 30th, and here's what's running through my mind. This is going to be a super fast show. I just pulled into the parking lot because this is the only podcast broadcast from a parking spot. And I wanted to touch briefly on creating ideas versus putting ideas into action. And I talk a lot as Don the Idea Guy about coming up with ideas, deciding which ideas should be pursued, just generating mass quantity, ideas, stimulation, creativity catalysts, brainstorming. A lot of that has to do with idea generation, but it doesn't matter how many ideas you come up with or how good they are if you don't put any of them into action. So in this episode on Friday, which is our last episode of the week together until we start again on Monday, I just wanted to talk about using this weekend, because this is the last day of the month. October starts tomorrow. October 1 is tomorrow. This is a great time for you to take one of your ideas and just start. So Saturday, just get up and do something. Take one step into putting an idea into action. Just start. That's what I did with this podcast. About 2 weeks ago now? Oh no, we're on episode 14. So exactly, almost sort of kind of 2 weeks ago, because I think I started in the middle of the week and then I did a double episode because I did them out of order. So let's say 2 weeks ago, I said, I want to start a podcast. I'm going to start the podcast. I'm the kind of guy who starts a podcast. And when I pulled into the parking lot that day, I hit record and I recorded my first podcast. One of my friends and followers online, Jason, he saw that I started my podcast and he went, you know what? I think I've been wanting to start a podcast too. I haven't tried Spreaker before. What do you think? I said, it's the easiest way to start a podcast. He said, great, I'm going to do it. And later that day, he launched episode 1 of the e-commerce shipping podcast. And I'm not sure yet on what kind of schedule he's on, if it's a daily piece or not. But they are short, bite-sized episodes, 5 minutes long, 8 minutes long. And Jason reports on the state of the shipping industry, which is really important for people who ship. The company that I do content marketing for on a daily basis, they have a huge warehouse that they ship stuff out of every single day. We have a shipping department. We have a guy in charge of shipping. Do you think I'm going to share Jason's podcast with the guy who heads up our shipping department? You know I am, because Jason's covering changes coming to UPS and FedEx, changes to regulations, price changes. He actually did a report on a weather report for someplace because it was going to slow down shipping. He talked about, I think it was FedEx's website was down because that was going to create delays and people weren't going to be able to log into the website. Think of one thing that you can do for 5 minutes a day to put your idea into action. The other thing about October 1st is it's the first day of what's called Drawloween. Hashtag Drawloween. Halloween, except it starts with draw. And what people do is they team up on that during that month, and they go from a calendar of suggested topics, just a kind of stimulus list, of a theme to draw for that day that has something to do with a spooky topic because it's Halloween. And every day they commit to drawing one drawing and posting it online and sharing it with the hashtag Drawloween. Last year, it was my first year of doing Big Yellow Sticky, where I did a yellow sticky note every single day throughout the year. I never missed a day. And when it came to October, I thought Drawloween sounded kind of cool, and I decided to stack my projects. I wanted to do Drawloween, but I didn't really want to create another task I was going to have to do. So I just merged them. So I took the Drawloween topic, and that's what I did for my yellow sticky that day. I drew the spooky picture, but then I tied it back into a business quote, which was my whole point with Big Yellow Sticky, was to provide a daily quote for inspiration in business. Something to motivate you to do something with your ideas, to put those ideas into action. So Drawloween starts tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing because I'm on year 2 of Big Yellow Sticky. So pick one thing. It takes me not long at all. And it varies. Sometimes I'll misspell a word or I can't quite get the type to fit the way I want it. And instead of drawing one yellow sticky note, I end up drawing 5 and sometimes more, throw away half a page to get it right. With this podcast, I've already said if I misspeak, you've already heard me stumble across a couple of words, or if I backtrack on something, I'm going to keep powering forward. This is a one-take podcast, and it's going to be about 5 minutes long. That's all it takes. So I'm going to link up Jason's podcast in the notes so you can see how simple it is. You're listening to this, so you know how simple it is. And, visit Big Yellow Sticky. I didn't commit to writing a daily blog post like some of my friends do. Seth Godin writes a daily blog post of varying length. I love his format. I think I'm going to try and do a daily blog post in the coming year. Maybe I'll start tomorrow. Anthony Iannarino, one of my friends who wrote the book, The Only Sales Guide You'll Ever Need, we talked about that a couple episodes back. He's at thesalesblog.com. He's been doing a daily blog post for, 3 or 4 years now. And we're not talking some short post-it note kind of length blog. This guy's writing incredible articles, and he attributes every success he's had, every speaking gig he gets, every consulting job he gets, every book deal he gets, to the fact that he writes every single day and publishes it. So pick one thing you can do every single day. Take a picture, add a tagline to it, draw a sticky note. Well, don't draw a sticky note. That's mine. Go find your own thing. Draw on a business card. Nope, don't draw on a business card. That's Hugh McLeod's thing at gapingvoid.com, who also got multiple book deals and started a whole art gallery based on the art that he was drawing on the back of a business card. Draw on an index card. There are so many variations on a theme. If you need some ideas, go to dontheideaguy.com, read some of the articles, get inspired, shoot me an email. I'm happy to bounce around some ideas with you. Go to $5 brainstorms. Buy a make a $5 investment in yourself to download my brainstorm on ideas. Just do something this weekend, October 1st. Just start. And that's all we're going to talk about today. I'm going to finish the podcast with just that line. Just go start something cool today.